Good morning and welcome to our podcast. This is Jo Cameron of Redmayne Group and Julian Mellor. Our company, as I say, is called Redmayne Group, and we basically do golf-inspired business solutions. So that uses golf as a vehicle for learning and leadership and management development, away days and team building events. So it's all very good and we enjoy ourselves a lot. So good morning, Julian. How are you today?
Very well, thank you, Jo. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm wide awake and full of beans. How are you?
I was woken with a start this morning.
What happened?
Quick, wake up. Have a read of this testimony from one of our
honestly
clients.
thought you was awake. Honestly, I really thought you was awake. You were moving, so I thought I was just excited because we got this testimony, which said a lovely thing. So I honestly thought you were awake.
Nearly. I think I was getting comfortable again. But
Wait,
hey,
what? I know. Come on, it's morning. It's a beautiful day. We're at the golf course. It's beautiful. There's animals on the fairway. Don't even talk to me about animals because I'm not very good at animals. Anyway, so today you are smiling because you know that I'm rubbish at animals. But today we are talking about stress and tension, aren't we, in relation to the workplace and on the golf course? Because the unique thing about what we do is basically that we take golf as a way to help people learn, don't we? So people don't have to like golf or even play golf, but we use the golf as a way to help them learn different things, about their leadership style in the workplace and stuff. So we'll come on to that in a minute because we are talking from the UK today, but there's about 1 in 6 people that suffer with stress and mental health problems in the workplace. So it's catastrophic proportions in the UK and a lot of the Western world. So it's very important that we learn how to de-stress in the workplace. So that's our main topic of today. But before that, I want to know, how's your week been then? How's your week? Because I know we do live in the same house, but, we've got a busy life. We've got a 7-year-old, so I thought I'd use it as an opportunity to catch up with you, like what you've been doing. Where have you been? Who are you?
Fabulous week this week, Jo.
What have you been
met
doing?
some really interesting people. Had some new clients come along this week. I must tell you about a guy I coached yesterday who came from Hong Kong. Flew all the way over from Hong Kong. His name's Tim. Yeah. He originates from England. I asked him what he did, and he buys and sells violins.
Right, so hang on, let me get this straight. So he lives in Hong Kong. How did he find out about you in the first place? Because he came from Hong Kong to the UK to do some business and fitted in a lesson. So how did he find out about you?
I've got quite a few videos on YouTube, and they're all under the Easy Swinging Golf. And he researched the Easy Swinging Golf because he was finding it difficult. He found out that I was in Coventry, and he was actually flying into Birmingham. But he was buying a violin from London, from one of the auction houses in London. And I said, can I ask how much these violins are worth? He says, yeah, of course you can. He says, well, I've bought this one a seat for the way back. I says, you've bought it a seat? What for? He says, well, this one's worth £700,000.
What?
I nearly fell off the chair.
So how do you buy a seat for a violin? Right?
You just buy a seat like for a person.
You have to put it into somebody's name, don't you? You have to check it in.
Violiner, I think.
I wonder if you have to check it in.
Yes, you have to do it.
No, you have to check it.
But it hasn't got its own passport, which is cool.
Was he the bloke that you showed me that picture of on where he was hitting his golf balls in Hong Kong? Is that what?
No, this was another guy.
One.
Yeah, another guy. Yeah, I have a few people contact me from Hong Kong, and I've had an email yesterday from Jack from America, Colorado.
Yeah.
Wanted to know a little bit more about the Easy Swinging Golf. So yeah, it's interesting how YouTube gets it out there and gets it in front of a lot of people.
You know what I absolutely love about your YouTube video? I mean, it is, if you search on YouTube, the Easiest Swinging Golf, it comes up there near the top, isn't it? But what I absolutely love about that video is that you did it with a genuine intention just to help somebody with their golf swing, didn't they? Somebody emailed you and you put together this little video that you then plopped on YouTube with the 6 principles of the Easiest Swinging Golf, and then before you know it, 50,000 people of looking at this video.
The irony of that, Jo, is I actually did it to get a link to send the video to this person, and I had no idea that it was going to have so many views, and consequently I've put a few more on there, explaining it in a little bit more detail, and there's some more to come as soon as the weather books up. But it really works. It's not about me, it's just about trying to help people.
I think what you don't realise is you really like a lot of people struggle when they try and do things in front of camera, but you are really you, and I think that's what comes across really well in the video. Is that you're just really natural. You really just want to help people, play better golf,
Yeah.
and I think that's why you're getting so many hits on it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so people go onto YouTube, don't they? Easiest swing in golf, you'll pop up with the 6 principles.
That's it.
I'm just wondering whether it's just reminding people what the 6 principles are, because there is a link between the 6 principles of positive impact golf, isn't there, and what we're going to talk about, stress and tension in the workplace. So,
Well, we've got positive impact golf's based around 6 principles, 3 deadly don'ts, underpinned by reduced tension. So we call tension the killer of golf swing. So if we can start to eradicate that, we're halfway there, and then we apply the 6 principles, take away things that are no use to people rather than adding complexity. So we're trying to make this game easier, not harder.
what are the 6 again?
So the first one is turning your body. The second is weight shift. Number 3 is your rhythm. People have a natural rhythm. We want them to swing naturally. Number 4 is coordination. Number 5 is balance, and number 6, we call it souplesse, which is basically being supple. Let's keep the body supple. The more tense you are, the harder it is to swing a golf club, and generally you get bad outcomes from it. So we must take away the tension to start off with.
I mean, it has been amazing, hasn't it? The people that have come to you that are the one that you told me about, that one, he was just basically on the verge of packing up golf. He'd been to 20-odd different people or something.
Yeah.
Or even that person that had never played golf before that came and within 20 minutes was swinging it like really in a relaxed way and stuff. It's totally amazing, isn't it?
And the fact that we've been able to apply it to our leadership courses and our team building course has been brilliant. Because a lot of people think, oh, golf, I don't want to do golf, golf's rubbish, it's not for me, and yet we take them out there and we get them hitting the balls relatively quickly. We apply the learning, which is relative for their business, and the outcomes are just incredible, Joe.
So one of the basic principles about positive impact golf is that tension is the killer of the golf swing. Okay,
Yeah.
So what happens in the body when you tense then that affects the golf swing? What happens?
Commonly, we see people top the golf ball, and that is really caused by increased tension. So once people's muscles start to tighten up, they shorten, which actually pulls a golf club away from the ground, and that's one of the reasons why they top the golf ball. But it stops them moving. They can't move very well. They put a lot of effort in, but the golf club is actually going very slow because there's so much muscle tension there. So you reduce the tension, the muscles become more efficient, and they work better.
So the golf ball actually goes quicker when you're more relaxed?
The golf club.
The golf club, sorry, yeah.
When you swing the golf club, it actually goes quicker. We've kind of measured it. It's up to 5 miles an hour quicker by taking the tension away. So, and that equates to anything up to 10 yards.
Do you know, I remember the first time you showed me that about the tension and topping the golf ball. We're in the conservatory and it was late one Friday night, wasn't it? You know, like when you're supposed to be relaxing over a glass of wine and you were like, yeah, look at this is amazing. What happens when you tighten up your muscles and the club lifts, doesn't it? And you're going to top it every single time. So it's nothing to do with your head, because people say keep your head down. Nothing to do with that at all, is it? It's a tension when you go before you hit the ball.
So initially we get people to be aware of tension in their grip, and we like people to score it out of 10 rather than just say, oh, I'm holding it lighter. So if you give it a score, for us the Goldilocks number is 5 and under. But tension hides in different places. It's not just in the grip, it can be in the forearms, very commonly in the shoulders. You quite often see people's shoulders lift up towards their ears, and you get them to relax the shoulders. That's a massive difference. Lower back is very common, especially with the kind of postures people end up now with mobile technology. They're ending up a little bit stooped. That's putting a lot of pressure on the lower back, and also in the knees. You see quite a lot of tension in people's knees. So we like people to be very comfortable at setup. We don't want them to be in a stressed situation, because the more stressed you are, the worse your outcome's going to be.
I mean, that's just so true at work and in corporate land as well. You know, having worked in the corporate world for like 15 years, and since that, you know, doing what we do, we witness so many people that are just so stressed and under pressure at work, and it's been amazing actually getting people out on the driving range that never hit a golf ball before, when we taught them the breathing techniques about how they can relax. So that's one recommendation that we've got, isn't it? Is that if you're feeling stressed, there's some breathing techniques as well. But I was reading recently as well about the muscles that get into tension when you're sitting down.
Yeah.
And this article that I was reading was suggesting that if you can every 20 minutes, that's great. But at least frequently throughout the day, get up and stretch like your hip flexor muscles, because they're the ones that shorten when you're sitting down, don't they?
Yeah, massively.
And that's where, I love that what you just said about tension hides in different places.
Yeah.
So stress is a massive topic to talk about at work, because there's so many things that influence it, like your diet, your boss, the environment, and all that sort of thing. I think what we like to share with people is easy, simple techniques, isn't it? So simply, if you are feeling stressed at work, we're recommending just stand up and move around a bit, and if you can, just do some stretching of your shoulders, of your legs, just to get your body moving again.
Yeah, I'll just share with you a quick example. I've been coaching a guy. We've had 3 sessions together. Really, he was very stressed before, very stressed at work. And we started to reduce his tension. He says, Julian, I'm swinging now without tension whatsoever. And I was watching his face and he was biting his lip. So there was still tension hiding somewhere.
Yeah.
And he says, I just can't believe I've even got it in my lips.
Yeah.
But it hides. It hides in different places.
So I think what we're suggesting is for people to try and become aware of where the tension rests in the workplace. So if you're at your desk, you're feeling a bit stressed, be aware of where that tension is.
Yeah.
And then by moving around or doing some stretching and the breathing techniques that we can, introduce people can literally take that stress away in the moment. Obviously if stress built up over a long time, you've got lots of factors going on, but what we're talking about is dissipating that stress in the moment, because it will give you better results, won't it?
Well, we can prove it so many times, and golf's such a great outlet for it, because you get people hitting the ball with tension and stress. You get them doing effortlessly, and the outcomes are just incredible.
Do you remember that guy that came that he didn't know he was coming for Golf Inspired's team building, did he? And when he got here, he was like, oh, my life, I hate golf. My dad keeps going on, me play golf, I hate it, blah, blah, blah. And we got him out on the driving range, and we said to people, actually, when you're on the driving range, you can't quite mindful, you're in the moment, aren't you, with yourself, you've got no interruptions, whether you've hit a ball or not before. But you're out on the range, you're in the fresh air, you're hitting the balls and everything. And he sent us a testimony afterwards, didn't he? And said how relaxed he felt and how much stress he felt after that. And then he went out and bought us some golf clubs, didn't he? Which I thought was amazing. So we went from really hating golf at the beginning to actually saying, and he actually went to the driving range as well. He emailed me afterwards and said he'd been to the driving range because he found it a way of just de-stressing.
De-stressing, yeah.
Yeah, so what we're saying from our programmes is when you come on them, the fact that you are outside mostly, you're going to be moving your body, it helps you de-stress and you learn to breathe a bit better.
What percentage of people who attend would you say have never played golf?
I think it's about 85% of our clients.
And how many of them have not enjoyed it?
Yeah, well, I haven't met anybody that hasn't yet.
I haven't met one person.
We're very lucky, aren't we? I mean, that's why when we got the testimony this morning, the reference from the guy, he's a senior leader in the education sector, and he said some lovely things. I think, it's something new that we're doing, isn't it? So that's, part of the reason why we're doing this is to share people's ideas and thoughts. But what we know so far is that people are saying that the link works really well, doesn't it, between the golf and the
does. There's so many crossovers in business and golf. So we have a natural target, but in golf we get to aim at a green before we go at the end target. So there's so many different ways that we can apply golf to business. What I didn't appreciate is how stressed people are in the workplace.
Because you're not.
I've worked in an office for half a day. And I thought, this is not for me. I've got to get out of here. So I walked out at dinner time and never went back. But I didn't realise how stressed people were.
No, I know. And I still maintain that you don't get stressed is because you are outside, you're moving quite a lot, you're walking with a bit of exertion, not to the point of exhaustion, but you're energisingly walking around the golf course, you're one-on-one with people, you're not dealing with a load of emails, and you've got a lot of fresh air, vitamin D, so that you've got a good immune system. So you've got all most of the factors that help you be a bit calmer.
Yeah, and I think the more people can even come on some of our programs, some of our courses, and actually learn about relaxation and how much more efficient you become.
Yeah, well, that is such the key point. I mean, I've learned from my yoga that in yoga they teach you to breathe through, the tension in your muscles, breathe it away, and the more you relax, the better your results in yoga. And I think that's just totally what I found amazing from learning yoga. But yeah, so stress and tension in the workplace. If you are stressed and you are tight, get up regularly, move around a bit, watch your breathing, but just keep fluid if you can in the day.
Yeah, so, and we've got a nice saying: awareness cures trying fails. Be aware.
Be aware.
Become aware of you. Become aware of your body, and be mindful of stressful situations. Learn to breathe properly. Yeah. And it sounds so simple, but by God, it's so powerful.
Yeah, it's so powerful, because we've lost the ability to breathe by and sit over, cushion our lungs and everything, So have you got a busy weekend coming up then?
Yeah, busy weekend ahead. Coaching all day Saturday. Got a couple of new clients coming. Got a retired policeman and his son who's used to play rugby for England under 21. So that's going to be interesting tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing that. I've got a feeling he'll be quite tense.
But, goodness me, yeah.
I wonder how far he'll hit it when we get him to relax.
Yeah. No, but I mean, that's the main thing about your job. It's great, isn't it? Seeing people be able to hit it further. And then what are you doing Sunday? What's on the radar for Sunday? Oh, Sunday I'm on the radio.
Sunday you're on the radio.
Friends for lunch.
Yeah, brilliant.
Oh, can you make you nice roast potatoes, please?
I'll make the nice roast potatoes.
I was chucking it to myself because I put on Facebook the other day about Valentine's Day. I put, we had a lovely Valentine's meal with the three of us, you and I and our daughter, cooked very ably by Master Chef Julian Mellor.
Yeah, I think that's an overstatement. Master warmer-upper.
I thought anybody that knows Julian is definitely not the Master Chef, but Master warmer-upper I should have put. So if you could contribute your roast potatoes on Sunday, that'd be amazing. I was thinking as well, if people wanted to send questions in as well, we could answer questions, couldn't we, in the podcast? So the email address is info@redmaingroup.com. So that's info@redmaingroup. So that's REDMANE group.com. Also on Facebook under the same name, Red Main Group, and then on Twitter as well at Red Main Group. Please send us in your questions for these podcasts on info again at redmaingroup.com. Do a quick Google of me or Julian, that's Joe Cameron or Julian Mellor, and you'll be able to find out more information. So I really hope you've enjoyed our podcast today, and we'll catch you again next time.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks. Bye. Have a lovely day.